Good morning, Year 5. Welcome to Tuesday's lesson for maths. We are looking at multi-step problems today for multiplication and for division. Now, if you're not sure on either of those concepts still, go back to the other videos and have another go at watching them and maybe practice a few questions before you attempt to do today's lesson. Okay, so for today's learning objective, it says to solve problems involving multiplication and division. So some of them might be multi-step, some of them might be single step, but you're going to need to decide if it's multiplication or division. So you're going to read the question carefully, highlight the information you have, look at the language that suggests the operations, and use the most efficient method to solve the problem. So here is our first question. Sam played 252 notes on the piano in 6 minutes. How many notes did he play in a minute? So here is my question, and what I'm going to do now is underline the important piece of information in this question. So Sam played 252 notes in 6 minutes. How many did he play in 1 minute? Now, I know that 1 minute is less than 6 minutes, which means that I'm not going to be making my answer bigger than 652 notes. If I'm making something bigger, I normally multiply something. If I'm making something smaller, I would either subtract it or divide. I don't think it's going to be subtract, because if I take away 1 from 252, he didn't play, that wouldn't make any sense. So I think I'm going to need to divide. So therefore, I'm going to have to do 252 divided by 6. I'm using bus stop method, short division, because it's only a single digit number. So let's have a go. 6 into 2 I can't do, it's going to be 0. I carry my 6. 6 into 25, magic maths, my times tables. Using my magic maths, I know that 6 goes into 24 4 times, 1 left over. 6 into 12 gives me 3 times. Therefore, he played 43 notes in 1 minute. So my next question says, Lewis takes a train to London. Each train carriage can carry 66 passengers. The train, I should say, has 13 carriages. What is the total number of passengers that the train can carry? Okay, for this question, I want you to have a go, read it carefully, think about what the important information is, and then I'm going to go through it so that you can see. Okay, so what I've done here is I have written out the important parts from the question rather than me write out the whole question. So I thought it was important to know that each carriage takes 66 passengers. Each train has 13 carriages. And the question asked me, which I thought was a really important word, what is the total? Now, total to me means it's everything added or multiplied together. So to me, because it's trying to work out how many in total, I'm going to multiply 66 by 13 using long multiplication. So this is what you should have done. Ooh, excuse me. So 6 times 3 is 18, carry the 1. 6 times 3 is 18 again, add the 1 is 19. My zeroings, I'm times by the tens column. 1 times 6 gives me 6. 1 times 6 again gives me another 6. Add them together. 15, carry the 1 is 8. My answer is 858. Okay, my next question says, Miss David's cats have to visit the vets 14 times a year. I know you all love Miss David's cats, so I thought I'd pop in a cats question for you. So the total vets bill for the year is £1,428. Oh, expensive, Miss David. How much does it cost each time? Pause the video now and have a go. So for this question, I think it's important to remember that it's 14 times a year. And the total vet's bill, sorry, not text bill, for the year is 1,428. And the question's asking me, how much does it cost each time? Now, this tells me that it's for the 14 times a year. So that's not telling me how much each time. This number is not going to get any bigger because each time is smaller than the total year. Therefore, I'm going to be dividing. So you should have worked out that you're dividing and that you are doing long division. Oh, excuse me, I'm trying to hold too many pens in one go. Doing long division. So, because we're dividing by a two-digit number. So, 14 into 1. Oh, I haven't left myself much space. I'm going to rub that out. You know what it means. So, 14 into 1 gives me 0. 0 times by 14 gives me 0. 1. I'm down to subtract. 1 minus 0 is... not 1, 0. What am I doing today? My goodness. Is 1. Bring the 4 down, and it's 14. 14 into 14... quite simple. 1. 1 times 14 is 14. Subtract. Gives me 0. Bring down my 2. 14 to 2 I can't do. 0. And 0 times 14 is 0. Subtract that, gives me 2. Bring down my 8. Ooh. Dodgy 8, I'm very sorry. 14 to 28. Now I know, I did a little fact box earlier. I know that it's twice because it's 2 times 14 is 28. 1, 2 up there. 2 times 14 is 28. Gives me 0. Therefore, it costs £102 every time Miss David takes her cat to the vets. That's an expensive vets, Miss David. Okay, so you should have had a go now at answering those questions and followed the video through. Have a go at answering the questions on your sheets and make sure you read each question really carefully. And if you have been able to print them out, then you can underline on the sheet. If you can't print them, maybe make a note of the key important parts like I did on the second question so that you can see which parts of the information you really need to remember. You'll find it really, really helpful. Good luck. Speak soon.